Yes. Hey guys. Well, today I'm going to be doing a story time. And this story time is going to be on the time I first got suspended. Really, literally one of the worst days of my life because I was such a good girl, you know. Getting suspended is not something I would have expected that was coming into my life, you know. Just something I wasn't happy with. But to start my story off, how can I start this off? Okay, it all started when I first moved to South Carolina. I had just moved to South Carolina and like fresh out of New York and everything, and of course I wasn't happy with it because you know what city girl wants to move to some environment that's totally different from where they're originally from. But I had just moved to South Carolina, and I wasn't living in the country or anything. I was living in Charleston, and Charleston is not the country. It's the part of Charleston that I lived in the city part. Is pretty much like, it's not buildings, but it's as busy as like, just as busy as you can call it. You can call it a city, pretty much. It's a city. So I had just moved to South Carolina, and I had me and my brother. We went to this high school, and we were so excited because like I thought it was like my dream high school because they had lockers and all kinds of stuff. You know, I didn't see none of the students yet because they were all in class at the time. So we happened to just get into the principal's office and stuff like that, getting registered. You know, everything was fine, everything was cool. So now we go to this high school that we think is lovely. I would say like not even a month later. Okay, it's not even a month. Like I had just started classes and stuff like that. So there was this one girl. I'm going to call her Annabelle. Honey, I'm gonna call her yeah, I'm gonna just call her Annabelle. But yeah, so Annabelle, she was like this ratchet chick. I would say she's ratchet because she was just loud and rowdy, and like she was just so mean to people. Like it's like she wanted the attention from people. She wanted so much attention. She was just loud. She was just I don't want to say she stank, but that's how she perceived herself, as like she was really stink. Like she walked funny, like wore her tight little shorts. We wore uniforms in the school, so you know it wasn't nothing to show off, but you know, except your sneakers or your sweaters or something, or your jacket or your hair. But she walked funny, and like she had a booty and hips, you know. It's like she craved attention, especially from guys. It's like she craved that type of attention. So she started picking on me out of nowhere. Like I don't know where the animosity came from. I guess because I was new, she just felt like she had to do it, or she just wanted to like pick on me, or seem like she was the biggest, baddest girl in the class or something. And she was in my math class. So every time we had this math class, every day, and mind you now, I just moved there. So she's always like being rowdy, like, oh, you look like this today, you look like that today. She'll talk about how she'll say I'm ugly and that I'm dumb, and then she'll be snickering and whispering to this other boy in the class who thought he was popping too, but he was just as dumb as she was, not getting good grades. But they pretty much was picking on me, but she was like actually picking on me like in my face, and like, oh, this, that, like just bother me every single day. And it's like she always has something to say to me. It never ended. And you know, I had just moved there, and I really am not the violent type. Like I'm really not. When I was living in New York, I had fights, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't fighting for myself, because I had a couple of fights for myself, but I wasn't violent, so I didn't really have those type of fights. I was always having fights, like, because I didn't like anybody picking on my brother. So if you pick on my brother, you gonna pick on me too, because we fighting. But we got in where I was living at, it's like I was like, I wanted to change myself as a person. Like, I didn't want any trouble. I didn't want to talk to guys and stuff. And she was just like testing my patience. Like, why are you picking on me? What is it that you don't like about me? She'll say like crazy stuff like, oh, you out here doing this and that with boys and stuff like that. Mind you now, my mom is very strict. I didn't even know nobody. I don't know the area. I can't even go anywhere. The furthest I went was to school and home because that's all I knew. I had just moved there. So I'm like, okay, how do you know all this stuff about me if I just got here? Like, you don't even know me. You don't know anything about me. And I haven't even lost my virginity. So, let me see. So pretty much we ended up one day she was like, oh, she was picking on me again or whatever. But that day I had the mindset like, I'm not gonna let this girl pick on me no more. Like, she say something, I'm gonna say something back. Like, I'm gonna stick up for myself for once because I'm tired of her picking on me. I don't know why I chose that day to say something, but she just was testing my patience. She just was like, oh, you look like this, that, and the third. Like, just pretty much just like nagging or whatever. So I'm like, why is it that every time you see me, you got something to say? Like, why you always got something to say to me? She was like, and I wasn't lying with it. I was like, why? I probably said it in like a smart tone. You know, I probably came off smart or whatever. But she started it, so I was gonna say something because I was just tired of it. So I'm like, why you always got something to say to me? And she's like, I guess she was shocked at the fact that I even said anything back. She was like, first of all, turned around in her whole seat and everything. First of all, that's why you suck dick. That's why da 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 da. I was like, first of all, you're a hoe. Da da da. Like, we was just going back and forth and stuff. So she stands up and gets in her chair. All right, we were sitting at the desk. So she stands up and stands on the desk, the chair of the desk or whatever. And so I got up and stood on the chair like, you ain't scaring me. So I got on the chair too. And then she like, she going in like, cause my seat was here. Her seat was like a little bit further, but like right across from me. So she pointing her fingers in my face. Well, she's not literally in my face, but she's like pointing at me like, da 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 da. So me, I'm like, bitch, da 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 da, going back too. Then she's like, she steps in a chair to get another chair to get closer to me. So I throw a pencil at her head because I had just sharpened my pencil. I don't know how I even had that thing in my hand, but I threw the pencil at her head that was in my hand, and she got mad. She grabbed me since she had moved to another chair closer to me. She grabbed me by my shirt like this. So I grabbed her by her shirt, and we fall in between the desks, and I'm just on top of her, just punching her. Don't get me wrong, she was kicking and stuff too. She was kicking, but I guess she kept missing me. Like, she was trying to kick me away from her, pretty much, so I wouldn't hit her. And then all of a sudden, some teachers just like break us up or whatever. She already on the ground and I'm up, so it's whatever. I could have walked out the door myself. All we had to do was say just stop touching her. But they break us up, and I'm in the classroom, and the next classroom, and I'm crying my eyes out. I'm like, yo, I just got into a whole fight. I haven't had a fight like this in mad long. Like, I came here to get my education. Why these bitches trying to try me? Like, I was just so upset at myself for even fighting her. I was mad because she started it and she kept picking on me, and I felt like I was defenseless. But I felt like that was my day to just, like, I wasn't gonna have it no more. But I was more upset with myself because I reacted to what she did, to like her picking on me. I was reacting to it, and I know I'm not that type of person, so of course it hurt me more. So we get sent to the assistant principal's office, I believe, or I don't think it was an assistant principal. It was they called them administrators, like somebody that's like, instead of going to the principal because he's so busy, they had like people you could go to that'll like suspend you and pretty much, you know, do the whole school thing. So I I'm in there and I'm telling them, I'm telling them story. I'm like, I just moved here. Well, they knew I moved there, so I didn't have to explain that part. But I'm like, ever since I got here, she's just been picking on me and like just saying crazy stuff to me. And I really did not appreciate the way she was talking to me. I don't like stuff like that. Like, don't talk to me out your face and think I'm not going to react to it. And I let her slide with it all the time. And like, it's just that day I just got tired of it. I wasn't trying to have it no more. So they weren't mad at me. They were mad at her because I guess she was always like that. Like, before I even got there, she was just always constantly picking on people and stuff like that. So it wasn't new to them. So honestly, they weren't mad at me, but they had to like I had to face the consequences because I did have a fight with her. So they pretty much suspended me and they suspended her. I got suspended for 5 days. I was so upset. Like, I was highly upset. And when they called my mother and told her, like, she wasn't angry, honestly, because it was the first time I ever got into some type of conflict like that. Like, I told you, I'm not even that type of person. That was the first time that ever happened to me. And like, for me to like react to something like that, that was really my first time. So she was just like, she wasn't mad at me. She was mad at the fact that I did have the fight though, because she doesn't really like me fighting. But she pretty much understood why I reacted off the situation. And me arguing with the girl, if I would have let her just grab me and throw me on the ground, beat me up, then what would I look like? I'm not about to sit here and look like no punk. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, you know, I learned a lesson from that situation. Like, you don't have to always react to everything. Like, if anything, I could have went to somebody, and I mean, the teachers knew that she was picking on me. I told them, but it's like they weren't forceful enough with her. Like, they wasn't taking control of the situation like they were supposed to. So I guess it just got out of hand. And honestly, I don't regret that day because I learned a lot from that situation. Like, you don't have to always react to every situation. Everybody is not going to be nice to you. You're going to have haters. And I didn't know that at the time. I was like 14 or 15 years old. So it was like, I was just really upset. And I guess I felt like it was my day to actually say something. But you shouldn't always react to situations like that. Like, not everybody is going to like be mature and pretty much try to take you in it. They just want to pick on you because you're the new kid or whatever. Or she probably was jealous of me. Who knows? I don't know. But it's whatever. But I got suspended for 5 days. I was so upset. Oh my God, I was highly upset. But as long as my mom wasn't mad at me, I was fine, because my mom, she understood completely where I was coming from. And after that, I didn't get into any. I got suspended like another time after that, but it was over something stupid. Like, the boy it was over a boy though, like a boy. Oh, not over a boy, but it was with the boy. I didn't have a fight with him, but he pushed me. So I don't know. Like, I wasn't understanding that situation, but whatever. But till this day, I don't regret the situation because I'm happy with the person I became. Like, this girl has a whole baby. She didn't graduate from high school. Nothing. Like, she's not doing nothing with her life. Like, living in some trashy, like, I don't know if it's the projects. I can't say it's the projects because I don't really know. I still don't even know that area like that. But she's not on my level, where I graduated a year early from high school and I am now a junior in college. Not to brag or anything, but I feel like, you know, the decisions that I made, she over here being petty and like being extra in school. I got my stuff together after that fight. Like, I was not having it no more. Like, nobody gonna stop me from getting my education. I made plenty of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I made plenty of mistakes. But this one here, girl, I did good with my life. I'm proud of myself. But yeah, that's my story time. I hope you guys liked it. Like and comment and tell me what you think about the video. You know, this is like, I actually like this to be my first time doing YouTube and stuff. I actually like doing stuff like this. So just comment and tell me what type of videos you guys would like me to upload and record and stuff.